Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
What only do not come up with car owners to impress others. Now on the streets you can see an understated, and fully tinted, and dressed in a spectacular Dodger cars. But all of this is a hackneyed pops. But what will really surprise you is a fire from the exhaust pipe. Previously, such a thing could be seen only in Hollywood movies like Double Afterburner, where a lot of charged cars shone. Now, such an effect can be achieved on your own car, but without the appropriate skills and training cannot do without. Even if you resorted to the help of people who specialize in such tricks, you should realize that the level of danger is directly proportional to the effect. Secrets of the fire breath of the car. Before deciding to create and install this mechanism, it is necessary to thoroughly understand the subtleties of the principle of operation. Traditionally, the fuel air mixture enters the combustion chamber of the power plant with its subsequent ignition, which makes the piston move, working stroke, thereby pushing the exhaust gases into the exhaust manifold. They pass through the exhaust lines, through the resonator and exhaust pipe, and afterwards go outside as exhaust gas. To make a fire from the muffler, it is necessary that the combustible mixture in some quantity is not ignited in the combustion chamber, but is set on fire in the exhaust system. This effect is possible only by disabling ignition in cylindrical combustion chambers. In this case, the cylinders in operation will prevent the engine from stopping completely, while the inoperative cylinders, having provided a mixture of gasoline and oxygen, will send the resulting mass to the outlet of the exhaust system. Technology. In order to produce a flame, it is necessary to create conditions for igniting the fuel mixture in the exhaust system. For this purpose, a spark plug is integrated at a certain distance from the end of the pipe, which is completely identical to those installed in the engine. A voltage is provided to the plug, the result of which is a flame. Car exhaust systems that are factory installed are the least designed to make up spark. The standard system in many cars has a built-in filtered baffle that condenses and neutralizes the unexpired mass, catalytic converter. Therefore, ignition is highly problematic. A straight-through exhaust system, on the other hand, would do the trick. Fire from the muffler is possible under the following conditions: installation of a system that interrupts the ignition supply to certain cylinders in order to allow the fuel air mixture to be released into the exhaust, installation of a spark plug at the end of the exhaust pipe, use of a muffler with a straight-through exhaust duct. From all this it becomes clear that such pumping of the exhaust system makes sense on cars that run only on gasoline, both carburetor and injector injection system. Diesel powertrain will not succumb to such drastic changes, because the fuel mixture in the combustion chamber is ignited by compression, but not by forced ignition. Dragon's tongue. This set of components is also known as the dragon effect. It is available in stores specializing in auto parts. It makes sense to purchase it, because this kit has the necessary installation regulations. This is really important, for the exhaust and ignition system will undergo design changes. The buyer can choose a system for every taste and purse, from simple ones which disable the spark plugs in the combustion chamber, by means of a key, to intelligent ones in which the microprocessor unit is responsible for the entire control process. Each system is accompanied by an instruction manual, which lucidly describes how to make a flame from the exhaust system. The main thing, in order to avoid undesirable consequences, you need to follow the instructions. The installation procedure is as follows: disconnect the battery, fix the ignition coil on the vehicle underbody, which will be close to the spark plug, integrate the control unit with fuse and the activation key into the passenger compartment. During the installation process of the system, the connection and work with the wiring plays not the least role. Many manufacturers try to produce wiring of different colors. the set must necessarily include multicolored wiring. The wiring diagram should also be colored, because it is important during installation. Typical system installation: safety interruption of the ignition flow to the two cylindrical combustion chambers of the engine leads to a noticeable imbalance, increased load on the elements of the piston group, a decrease in power. Therefore, to demonstrate the dragon's tongue, it is necessary to demonstrate it in the following way: bring the engine's operating speed up to 3,500 RPM, press the key that activates the system for a couple of seconds. It is forbidden to, using the system while the vehicle is in motion, holding down the key for a long period of time, displaying the flame in a garage, in crowded places, on public roads, in the immediate vicinity of flammable objects or liquids, being in close proximity to the exhaust pipe. The choice is yours. As you can see, it is not so difficult to make a flame out of a pipe. Manufacturers have put the appropriate systems on the stream, and now every owner of a VA SUV, Copec, has the opportunity to feel himself in the role of a street racer. However, the coefficient of useful action of fire breathing is close to zero. It will not add dynamics, consumption will not reduce. But the engine resource will reduce, as well as the question of fire safety will raise. Therefore, before going to the nearest store and inquire about the availability of such a system, you should carefully think, is it worth it? Fire from the exhaust dragon's tongue. In conclusion, letting fire out of the exhaust pipe is a captivating spectacle that showcases the power and creativity of automotive enthusiasts. While it can add an exciting flair to a vehicle, it's essential to remember the safety implications and legal considerations involved. Always prioritize responsible practices and ensure that any modifications comply with local regulations. Thank you for watching, and we hope you gained valuable insights into this fiery phenomenon.